It's January 8, 2025. Today I am going to train this citrus tree. The citrus tree is a red Valencia orange. As you can see, it has branches growing in every direction. So we're gonna prune it and try to train it so I can grow a white canopy citrus tree. All right, let's go through the process. So this is my red Valencia that I ordered from Four Winds Nursery, and it came in a box a few months ago. The tree has grown quite a bit, and these main branches also have grown, but it is time to train it so we don't have this disorganized structure. What I need to have is pretty much 4 leaders going out to the sides in 45-degree angles and try to form a canopy. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to release it from these ties over here. Okay, and I'm going to remove this little stick, and there I have my tree free. I noticed that my tree is slanted towards this side, so I'm also going to have to correct it somewhere there. Okay, so what I'm trying to achieve here is to have 4 branches growing in 4 different directions. At the moment I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this little branch down here. So I'm going to start by pruning the branches that I do not need. The first one down here, this branch over here. For that, I wanted to remove it flush against the trunk. Otherwise I'm going to have new growth coming up, and I don't need that. So that's that. And then up here, I want to be left with probably only 4 branches growing in 4 different directions. Here on this side, we have 2 dominant branches, and we have another branch in here that is not really doing anything and it's not strong. So I'm gonna cut it off. I'll try to cut it off as flush as I can. There. I want to take this little stump off. And then on this other side, I have this little branch that's not doing anything. So I'm going to remove it. And then I'm going to have 2 leaders. More likely they're going to have to be these 2 strong leaders over here. I'm going to remove this one and also remove that one over there. Okay, so as you can see, I'm left with 4 main branches. So my next thing, I'm going to remove, this tree has a little bit of leaf minor damage. So for that, I'm going to take those leaves off, and I'm going to put them in a Ziploc and make sure that I throw them away. So I'm going to remove these leaves that have been damaged, as you can see, and put them in a bag and make sure you throw them away. When you have this kind of damage, that's leaf miners. It's a pest that the larvae starts eating the inside of the leaf, and if you don't pick it, it will just create more and more leaf miners, and you have your problem will just get bigger. So I'm going to remove those leaves. Some more right here, and here's a couple more. Here's a couple more. And we have a few down here. Yeah, anytime you see leaf miners damage on your leaves, just take them off, put them in a bag, and dispose of them somewhere. Okay, so we have cleaned up our tree. Got one more right here. All right. So my next thing is going to be to make my tree straight. In order to make it straight, I'm going to use this stake. I'm not going to put it flush against the trunk. I'm going to put it about 4 or 5 inches away. Take a piece of tape. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a loop like this, right? A loop. So I don't girdle the trunk. So then I start pulling it towards the stake. Take another piece. I want to do the same thing up here. There, it looks a lot straighter than what it was. Yeah, I like it. So the next thing, we're going to use 4 different stakes. What I'm trying to do here is form a cup or like a wine glass, so you have 4 different branches in 4 different directions. So first one is going to be on this side. Then we put the other one on this other side. And then 2 more right here. And also on this side. Okay, let's use our tape. And we're just gonna train these branches. I want to start over here on this side. As you can see, I'm making a loop, and I'm just gonna pull this branch towards this stake, this pole. Take another one. Take this other branch. And I'm gonna pull it this way. That's 2. Then on the back, 3. I'm going to take these 2 branches and I'm going to pull them up a little bit like that. So for that, I think I'm gonna have to move my stakes a little more to the outside. There. Okay, that sounds good. So I'll take this one, and this is gonna have to be pulled a little harder than the other ones. And take the other one, and we'll do the same. Here, create a loop, and pull it this way. All right, so the very next thing, I'm going to prune it. So on each of these 4 leaders, I want them to start branching off to the side. If I leave it as is, I think it's just gonna grow straight and straight. So I'm gonna find a place where I can cut it, like right here. We'll take this small bud. See those buds in here? A little bud and this little one. If I cut it right here, this bud is gonna grow that way. If I will cut it down here, this bud's gonna grow towards the inside of the tree. I don't want nothing growing in the center. I want things growing out. On this other side, for example, I do have this bud, I'm gonna cut it there so this bud will grow that way, and this one over here I will cut it right here so this bud will grow that way. The same thing on here. I'm going to I'm just gonna tip it right here, so you see that bud is gonna keep on growing that way, and this one is fine as is. And then we come to this other side. I do the same here. I'm just gonna tip it. So by tipping it, you stop the growth from keep on going straight up, no? So you tip it, and then your next buds below it are gonna grow to the sides. And I do have this other one in here, and I'm looking at this bud over here. I want it to grow this way. So there. I'm going to leave these two as they are, so they will bush up a little bit and fill the space that we need. I don't need nothing growing towards the inside of the tree. I do have a couple of leaves that I'm going to remove from here, some of the base leaves, so I don't waste any resources growing green that I don't need. I just want to grow my green from this point up as is, no? So yeah, as you can see from the top, over here, we have our 4 leaders going in different directions, okay? And we have the light of the sun coming in the middle of the tree. That's what it needs to grow. And then we have 4 leaders in 4 different directions. I'm going to add something else in here. It's a little closer, so I need to space it out a little bit. We said we're gonna creating space between these 4 branches. For that, we're gonna use this foam noodle that is used for insulation. So we're gonna cut a piece of it. Let me see, where's my knife? Oh, I got my knife right here. We're gonna cut a piece of it so we can use it to create a space without damaging the branches. All right. So here we have it. And we're gonna place it somewhere. It's a little too wide, I think. I need to cut it down about half. Okay, let's try it now. See, if I put this foam in between, I'm just trying to create some space between the branches. Something like that, see? Okay, so what I've done is just separate these branches a little more. So now we have a perfect thing like this, right? And that's what we want to achieve. So we're gonna let this tree grow, and yeah, so in 6 months to a year, it should be about this size, more or less, you know, with a nice wide canopy. So perfect. It's gonna be a nice tree. I like it so far. This is Frank with Frank and Fruits. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.